सिरेमीक आणि विट्रिफाईड टाइल्स बसवपाक रेव आणि सिमेंट वापरपाची आता गरज ना. खासा ग्रेडेड रेव सिमेंट आणि खासा पॉलिमर्स वापरून रेडी टू यूज टाइल्स एडेसिव्ह वापरात अल्कोफास्ट. विट्रिफाईड टाइल्सा खातीर अल्कोफास्ट VT, सिरेमीक टाइल्सा खातीर अल्कोफास्ट CE, ग्रेनाइट मार्बल कडप्पा बसवपा खातीर अल्कोफास्ट SA, वॉटर टाइल्स जॉइंट फिलर बसवपाक वापरात अल्कोफिल, ISO आणि गृह प्रमाणित. चड म्हायती खातीर पणजे सरस्वती मंदिराक तेकून आशिल्ल्या आमच्या अल्कोन शॉपिंग मुजरत भेट दियात वा कॉल करात. अल्कोफास्ट हे अल्कोन अनिल कोंटो एंटरप्राइजाचे एक उत्पादन.
नमस्कार. आयच्या हिडोनात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. येदे व्हडलें सामकें लांब लचक असेंब्ली सेशन शुक्राराक सोंपलें आनी ती असेंब्ली जी एका आमदारान गाजयली ते विरोधी पक्ष फुडारी युरी आलेमाव आमचे बरोबर स्टुडियो भितर आहात. युरी वेलकम. हांव सुरवात सामकी लांब लचक जालें, लेट नायट जाल्यो, जाम बी जाल्यात काय एनर्जी वाडल्या आफ्टर द सेशन?
डेफिनेटली एनर्जी वाडल्या. वी आर लुकिंग, वी वर प्रिपेर्ड फॉर अ लॉंगर सेशन. बट डेफिनेटली ज्या पद्दतीन म्हाका दिसता वी वर लिमिटेड इन सायज, बट द वे द इश्यूज वी टूक अप, studied approaches, everyone were studied in the opposition, and you could see the effect. But in democracy, in a healthy democracy, opposition म्हणटा ते एक म्हाका दिसता our views should be respected. When I say our views should be respected, especially by the speaker, who has to be a custodian, who has to be a neutral authority, has to play like a neutral empire. But the people of the state has seen how, despite putting limitations on us, I feel more and more it could have been a 21-day session would have been better. The way things were bulldozed, especially with the way certain demands that we had on certain days, we had even 25 demands in the history of the Goa legislative. Kenna actually pehli bar going to history where Chief Minister has answered 25 demands on the first day. Second day he took another 20 demands, and the third day he took almost another 5. So जो पड गोंयचो मुखेल मंत्री हा, हांव ताका मुखेल मणी म्हणटा. From first day of becoming the silver money with 25 portfolios, he then pushed his agenda on the next day to turn into the gold money. Almost touched 50, and finally he was heading towards platinum. He was playing on the platinum betting Godalo on the last day. So his journey, if you look at from Goinso Mukel Mantri to Goinso Mukel Money to money. This seems to be the agenda. What else can we say?
तुम्ही स्पीकराचेर उलयले, तुम्ही मुख्यमंत्र्यांचेर उलयले. ह्या सेशनाचे आमी बाकीचे विल गो इन टू द फायनर डिटेल्स. What do you think were the achievements for you, your party, as far as this session is concerned?
No, see, for me, the biggest achievement was that as leader of opposition, it is my duty to protect the rights of the people in the opposition. It is my duty equally to protect the rights of an Elton and Carlos, equally protecting the rights of Vijay or Viresh or Venzi and Cruz Bab. So within the opposition, I believe that yes, it is sky is the limit. I feel there's a lot of room of improvement, a lot. And possibly given a chance to the opposition members, what I can see, I am not personally speaking about myself, but within there is a lot of scope, absolutely lot of scope. Sky is the limit. The way you see a young Viresh, who seems to be like a lion-hearted, young, very vociferous, fighting for the rights of Goa. Local issues, you see Vijay Sardesai, who's experienced. You see a Venzi, who's very innovative. You see Elton, who I say is one of the smartest among the 40. You see Carlos, who's legally very technically sound. And you see also Cruz now raising his voice. So definitely I believe that it is not about the numbers, but it is about the quality that we get into the assembly, and that is what we could see. we definitely brought a lot of issues. जायते issue आम highlight केले गोंयचे चिपट मुद्दे आले खास करून the way this Brust Jumla party, as I could call it, is basically protecting certain coal lobbies and recovery to almost 4,000 crores, industry recovery from all these outsiders, industries, in the power department, so many dues. But you see the common man, Ajir म्हाका दिसता लक्ष ना, focus ना, आम आदमीचेर focus ना. So issues आमी raise केले. तेज नंतर issues फाटले आमी assurance घेतले. Assurance सरकारा कडेन घेतले. Example, you see the Kabristan issue. That is now pending for almost 25-30 years of Margao. We got an assurance that the zone and relaxation would be given. People should die in dignity. This is the basic thing given to us in our constitution. We got OBC, I got an assurance that the seats in the medical fraternity would be reserved. That is a long pending demand. CADA lands, जो इशू आज वेर आर वी हेडिंग दक्षिण गोंया मुखार उत्तर गोंया मुखार झूज पेटपाचो प्रयत्न जातलो मुखार आनी हे श्रीमंत लोकांक एक लँड डिनोटिफाय करता. इट्स अ क्लासिक केस वेर यू सी आफ्टर कैबिनेट नोटिफाइंग इट द फाइल इज देयर सेइंग दैट काडा विल टेक अ डिसीजन. सो दिस इज गोवा में पहली बार हो रहा है.
You are very aggressive this time, and you are criticized for not being very aggressive in the last session. Was that a very deliberate attempt?
No, see, to be honest, I feel it was part of a strategy that was in my head. Part of a strategy in the sense I come from a commercial aviation background. I've been taught that the minute I take a shower, I'm already at the in the cockpit operating. The minute I sit in the car or someone picks me up to go to the airport, I've already taken off. The minute I reach the airport, I've landed. So I have some sense. I've seen these. It is something that I've seen since my childhood, and I believe it was right for me because the speaker, who has to be a neutral authority, was just behaving and was doing what was told to him by the Mukhil Mantri. Mukhil Mantri tak doda matalo. Mukhil Mantri direction ditalo. It looked as if the Mukhil Mantri was Chief Minister, Mukhil Mantri was Minister, Mukhil Mantri was Speaker. Sogle, Mukhil Mantri was Secretary, Legislature. Sogle dodge kotalo. So this has never happened. I have seen sessions in the past in my childhood. Amka uguda sa Mukhil Mantri Pratap Singh Rani. तो जरी तर मंत्री सारखे स्टडी कोन येनासले जाल्यार सारको तापयतालो स्टडी कोन ये म्हणून आनी चुकोन उठ्ठालो रेस्पेदान उठ्ठालो हिंगा मुखेल मंत्री सगळे तोच आन्सर करता. सो चोयल्यार इट इज एब्सोल्युटली दी cabinet has failed.
Now, the BJP may argue that Chief Minister is in absolute control of the government and he has knowledge of every minister's portfolio.
As I said, Mukhil Mantri is Mukhil Money. He is the money in the BJP. From Mukhil Mantri to Mukhil Money. So I believe how much, I congratulate him for the stands that he stands and takes up. But on the other side, what are your ministers doing? They were sleeping. Some of them were literally nittale yeun thinga. Time pass करपा थिंगा येताले. So this is something at times my experience I'll tell you Pramod Bab.
कोण दिसता तुमका चे टाइम पास करपा आयले अशे?
ते तुम चोपा पडटे वयरचो
तुम्ही लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन न्ही तुम्ही सांगपा आता जाले सेशन आता
जेन्ना आमी उलोयता त्या वेळार थिंगा जरी तो एकला न्हिदोन दिसलो मात तुवें कितें करपाचें? what do you say about such things? So we are coming there, it is our right to legislate laws. This shows they are not serious because तांकां जाय आसले केदो कामो काबार जालो तें पयली दिसा पड बॉम्ब घायलो तो सेकीत 15 दीस they were on the back foot.
1, 2, 3 moments I want to deal with because they were very important. पहिलो मोमेंट इज ज्या दिसाक तुम्ही स्पीकराच्या मुखार दिमी मारून बसले उत्तर जाय म्हणून. हाऊ डिड दॅट हॅपन?
No, nothing was pre-planned. Everything was at the
दिमी मारपाचे was not pre-planned.
Everything was at the spur of the moment.
हे तुम्ही आता बेस्ट सांगता
ना सारखे
दिमी मार तुम्ही अकस्मात दिमी मारले वचून
100%. See, आमकां थिंगा जेन्ना TCP department cannot be yes builder and no MLA. And why were we not given answers? And what, because of that particular episode that we did, that we are fighting for the rights of Goa, we were given answers. You see the you see the saransh जरी तो चयल्यार what happened as a repercussion of that is we were given answers. We were able, so आम दिम घालपा पडपाला दिम सोदां दिमी घाताय थिंगा लोकां पासत दिम सोदां घालप ही जरी तर प्रथा विधानसभेंत आन्सर घेवपाक लोकां पासत हांगा दिम घालूंक पडटा जाल्यार सोदां दिम घालपा आम रेडी आहाय. So that shows the
Some of them
seriousness.
criticized you that this is theatrics.
See, to be honest, whether theatrics, the agenda that was required, what were we fighting there? That we wanted answers. We wanted a debate. Why are we coming there? For a debate. एक RTI ॲक्टिविस्टाक 10 वर्सां इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळटा, हांग 5 वर्सां पासून इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळना. सो एक सायडीन तुम परमिशन दिताय अंडर दॅट सेक्शन ऑफ द TCP आनी दुसऱ्या सायडीन तुमकां आन्सर दिनाय. ही कसली प्रथा? हें हुंय जालां. So finally we were able to get the answers and debate a matter that was said to be sub judice itself is an achievement, and get the result before the people of the state, because alienation of the land is one of the prime issues in the state of Goa.
दुसरो इश्यू जो आसा तो म्हळ्यार जमनींच्या बाबतींत घर रेग्युलरायज करपाचो. म्हळ्यार गव्हर्मेंटाचे जमनीचे बील जेन्ना आयलें रेग्युलरायज करपाचें तेन्ना मुख्यमंत्र्यान तुमकां टोंट सुद्दां मारलो आतां ओपोज करा मरे म्हणून. तेन्ना तुमी ओपोज केलो ना, पण तुमी कोमुनदादीच्या बिलाचेर सामके फुर्योज जाले.
कित्याक कोमिदाद म्हणटाय ती कोणागे बापायची बेस्ट न्हू. कोमिदाद म्हणटाय ती एज अ सेपरेट एंटिटी.
But you are okay with government giving its own land?
See, we are trying to say that we need the numbers. How many people, how many Goans would get benefit of this? This is nothing but Bhumiputra 2.0.
हे तुम्ही कोमुनदादीच्या उपरांत म्हळें.
ना-
गव्हर्मेंटाची जमनीवेले बिलाचे तुमी म्हणला हें.
गव्हर्मेंटा आमी तेजे कडेन फिगर मागले कितले. तो म्हणलो गोंयकारां थिंगा तेजो फायदो जाता. आतां तुगे घराको जरी तर हांव येन, हांव जरी तर सगळे कमांड करपा लागतलो, तुका लायक जातलें? टुमॉरो दे वील कम इट युअर हाऊस. So the point is that Communidade is a Gaonkari system that was followed for several years. Why bypass a system, and will this stand in the court? It will dobkya bayar podale. So this is nothing.
Are you okay with government giving its own land for regularization of illegal structures?
I am okay with Goinkars getting the benefit. That is it. Goinkar should get the benefit.
Same argument कोमुनदादीची जमनी लायतले.
ना पण अरे हुंयच्या स्टेटीन हुंयच्या देशांत एसो राजांव आहा अ पर्टिक्युलर सिस्टम दॅट इज फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स. इट इज देअर रायट. लेट देम डिसाइड what has to be done, what has not to be done. If they are doing something wrong within that, you just bypass the system. And this is pertaining to, if you see, everywhere there is sale of land, all the departments. You see education department, private university, सगळे कोण गणपत आणि कोण पारूल आणि कोण गोंयांत येता. You see our education system shrinking. There is a public university बिल हाडले थिंगाय लँड इश्यू आहा. I charge GEC land, Goa Architectural College land, हे सगळे प्रायम लँड आहा ते इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर टू गिव इट टू बायले दिल्लीचे वर्मान शर्मा. आम्ही प्रयत्न केलो. We stopped him. We stopped the chief minister.
Now, what is the difference of you not opposing government land and Communidade land?
Very simple.
I'm okay with you opposing Communidade land. I'm not understanding why are you not taking the same stand on government land?
See, very simple. Communidade land belongs to the Communidade. They approached us that this is dictatorship. This is not written. This is not how the Communidade. There is no right that the government can go in, enter in the Communidade. They are getting this only because of real estate, trying to do political appeasement. But हे appeasement पडकोता जे गोंयकाराक कितलो फायदो जातलो.
सरकार आज सांगता की 50,000 घरां आणि तातूंतली मॅक्झिमम गोंयकारांची. यू डोंट एग्री विथ दॅट फिगर?
सरकार पड सांगता कितें उलयता कितें. मुखेलमंत्री आज इतलो उलोवपा सारको हें जाला. टॅबलेट दित हा दोतोर तें कितें उलयता कांयच कोणा मोदें कितें म्हणटलो. मागीर फॅक्टाचे फॅक्ट फिगर कितें. इट इज कंप्लिटली रॉंग टू बायपास अ सिस्टम. Take the consent of the Communidade. Speak to them. How many Goans are there? What has been done? How can you bypass it? Will you like if I come to your house tomorrow and stay for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months? Will you like it?
Same with government land, no?
No, see, government land, the government can decide. But the benefit should go to Goans. That was our argument.
तुम्ही कितें म्हणटात? कसलोच डेटा नासतना ही बिल्स पास केल्यात?
100%. This is only एक इलेक्शन येताय. लोकांक एक प्रयत्न जाला. फक्त जो मुखेलमंत्री सांगता जॉब जिल्हा इलेक्शना होणे 10,000 जॉब आणि 50,000 जॉब स्किलिंग अपस्किलिंग रिस हे सगळे पड जाला लोकां मुखार आमचे हे सगळे फोटाश्यो हे सगळे आमी लोकां मुखार घातला अँड द पीपल आर हॅप्पी विथ वॉट वी डीड.
त्या दिसो बोवाळ जालो तांचो एक आर्ग्युमेंट आसा रुलिंगाचो की तुम्ही खंय आपल्याला सगळी भाशणां ठोकली कॉमनदारीच्या बिलाचेर आणि जेन्ना सीएम वॉज सपोज टू गिव यू एक्सप्लेनेशन तुम्ही ताका उलोवपाकच दिलं ना खंय.
ना
हें कितें तुमी आयकुपाक न्ही तागेलें बी.
मिनिस्टरा आमगे क्लियर कट हाडलें हे सिलेक्ट कमिटी धाड
कॉमनदारीचे बील
व्हेरी व्हेरी क्लियर सिलेक्ट कमिटीची
ताका आयकून घेवपाक कितें जालें तुमकां.
कितलो उलयला मरे तो उलयता आसलो आयकपा म्हणे डायरेक्टली सांगले तो बाबा सिलेक्ट कमिटी धाड वी डू नॉट वॉन्ट दिस टू बी पास लेट इट बी डिबेटेड. सी वी आर प्लेइंग विथ आवर लँड रेव्हेन्यू कोड वी आर प्लेइंग विथ मेजर थिंग्स इन द रेव्हेन्यू सिस्टम दॅट नो वन हॅड डन दॅट नो डाऊट बट दॅट नीड्स प्रोफेशनल्स. That needs people to study on its impact on the on the carrying capacity. So many things are involved. Why do we? Is the chief minister can become Shaktiman? तो मणी हांवें सांगिल्लें तें पाहिजे शक्ती मणी सगळे इंटू शक्ती मणी होता तो उलयतना चोयता आयकता जेता डिबेट सगळे जाता कडेन बट हे वी कॅनॉट प्ले विथ द फ्युचर बॉस इट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी सिरियस रिपकशन अँड वी कॅनॉट बी लायक हुकुमशाही आमी हुकुमशाही चोवपा येईल ना.
जमनीचो विशय आय थिंक डॉमिनेटेड दीस सेशन टू अ लार्ज एक्सटेंट. ते मागीर TCP आसूं किंवा ही बिल्स आसूं किंवा तुमी म्हणटा तशी एज्युकेशनाचे संबंधीची बिल्स आसूं. एक कन्सर्न जो जेन्युइनली युरी बाब आसा तो म्हळ्यार जमीन जी भायल्यांच्या हातांत वत्ती ती आनी ताजेर परत परत सरकाराचो एकच आर्ग्युमेंट आसा की विकतात कोण का म्हणून विकतात गोंयकार. यू डोंट आर्ग्यू विथ दॅट यू डोंट एग्री विथ दॅट आर्ग्युमेंट.
सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सांगपा म्हळ्यार
ते म्हणटा सरकार कितें म्हणटा आमी विकपाचे कशें आडायतले तुमी मागीर विकतकीर तो कितें करता हाजें ऑब्जेक्शन घेता म्हणटात विकतना घेनात.
सो सरकारान आतां एक उदाहरण दिता तुका काडा मोठी जमीन दारगडची गांवांत तिलारी इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्टा लागू एक्वायर केल्ली आतां ती काडून एक प्रायम
इरिगेशन कमांड एरियाची जमीन
हय प्रायम कसिनो एक ऑपरेटरा दिता. तुमी युनिवर्सिटीची जमीन सगळी दिन सगळे पळय हाय अंडर प्रायवेट युनिवर्सिटीज काडून लाखांनी स्क्वेअर मिटर काडून प्रायम एरिया which has access to the beach. This looks like a real estate lobby protected by the government. This government on the same hand says that there is no carrying capacity. अरे आज प्रत्येक वाठारांनी चोयल्यार उदका प्रश्न जाता पणजेच्या गांवांत उदका प्रश्न जाता मडकय उदकाचे प्रश्न जाता पोंडा गेल्यार उदका प्रश्न सालसेटी उदका प्रश्न उदो सारकें ना रस्ते सारके नाही स्टडी या सरकारान केसली करूंक ना जाल्यार स्टडी कोन यू से that this is the carrying capacity of this particular area. We have failed. How much sale of land can you give? And is it safe tomorrow? My grandchild might ask me, what the hell were you doing in the assembly when sale of land was a rampant?
What are you demanding? There should be an embargo now for some time?
Definitely there has to be a stop to this sale, rampant sale of
How?
No deficit. That is what we wanted to bank. Chance दिला ना रे पाको. There has to be
ते म्हणटा तुमका खूप चान्स दिलो म्हणून तुम्ही म्हणटा ते खूप उलयले म्हणून.
सो किती हा
बट मेन प्रश्न जो आसा व्हाय आय एम कमिंग टू दिस क्वेश्चन जमनीचेर आता विषय आयले न्ही एज अ गोवन आय एक्सपेक्टेड की बाबा यू रीच सम सोल्युशन.
सो द सोल्युशन एक्झाम्पल आय टेल यू जेन्ना प्रायव्हेट मेंबर्स रेझोल्युशनार डिबेट जाली तेन्ना एक पोगो मोठें एक बिल हाडपाचो प्रयत्न केलो. That was close to the heart of the RG party. It was close to the heart of Viresh. It was admitted. Once you admit, who decides that? The speaker, secretary, legislature. Chief minister stands, dictates in private members' resolution. Once it admitted, there has to be a debate. Everyone has to be given an opportunity. Why were we not given an opportunity to speak, to define certain parameters that were needed to define in the interest of the state? That got me agitated. At the spur of the moment. Certain papers, let me say, Gazette.
I was coming to that. You only took me there. Very good.
Now, certain papers that were A4 size papers in the first place. That was, I apologized after that. That was not because I was wrong. But if you look at the way things have basically taken shape after that. After that, Bab Viresh was given to talk. We had a Romi Lipi, Konkani Lipi resolution as well. We were allowed to speak. The chief minister strategy was to basically create a ruckus in the house. You could see MLAs like Cabral, this guy Jeet, Sankalp, all Daji Sadkar. So it was a ploy not to allow us to speak. It is our right to speak. And when you see someone who's after I think almost 3 orsani, 2 days orsani to tem bill ata, resolution ata, and he's not given to speak. You might have a view of your own, but let us debate. We are not there like wrestlers.
But do you think the paper kadun udavap was okay?
No, see, I apologized. I apologized for not for being wrong, but because it is not my nature. I'll make things very clear. But
Yeah, everybody was surprised looking at you doing that.
no, certain things. If you look at the consequences after that, he could debate on the bill.
You are saying it
We got-
yielded good results.
That is for you all to decide. What happened after that? We
Yeah.
could debate on the bills. Romi Lipi was also debated. So Chief Minister came with a stand. We also need to have a stand. And that happened very abruptly, the spur of the moment.
एक गजाल म्हाका मुद्दाम विचारपाक जाय आनी ह्या जमनीची विशय हांव त्या खातीर विचारता की इट लुक्ड लायक यू ऑल आर नाव सबस्क्रायबिंग टू वॉट RGP has been saying all along, that define who is a Goan, define of parameters and stop this complete excesses.
See, if you feel that it is heading what RGP defines, the end result is every political party needs to make sure that a Goan is safe in the state of Goa. Whether it comes via POGO, whether it comes via whatever ways, the idea is to make sure that we protect our identity. Our identity today is at risk. Today, गोंयकाराको वोसोन थिंगा आसागांव बी वोसोन चोय मरे 1.5 लाख 2 लाख बी पर स्क्वेअर मीटर जमीन. Can Goans buy this particular land? And whether Goa's thing has to be protected,
But
whether it
Goans are
needs to be
selling the
defined.
land, no?
See, then stop them, no? Kai to hard. Adpak kon
Is it possible? Is it possible?
No, see, the other states have done it. Let me be very clear. Where there is a will, there is a way. If this government can save certain lobbies, if this government can denotify Kada land for private investors, if this government can do this, why not save the lands for our posterity, for the future generations? Why? It's a big question mark.
एज लिडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन तुमकां दिसता आज पोगो सारक्या बिलाची गोंयाक गरज आसा?
एज लिडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन म्हाका दिसता की गोंयकाराच्या हितान जे पडे आहा, whether it is through the medium of POGO, whether it is through another medium, we need to stop this large scale second home concept in the state of Goa. Everyone wants to come into Goa. Okay, you're welcome. You come and you go back as a tourist state. But look at the carrying capacity. Today licenses are being given on the basis of tanker in Udo, Udka, Udo again, tanker again. Are Udo mena? मुखेलमंत्री स्वप्न आले 24/7 त्या मागीर इंचाल म्हणटा मागीर 8/7 जाले आनी 4/7 आतां 20 मिनट्यो जाता 20 मिनट्यो पासून उदका लोकां हाल जाता सो कॅन गोवा टेक एंड कॅन जेन्ना प्रोफेसर गडगील हे सेड की वायनाइट टायप सिट्युएशन कॅन हॅपन इन द स्टेट ऑफ गोवा एंड इट इज ओनली आर NGOs टुडे and the NGOs who are fighting for the state and that acknowledgement also जेन्ना हांवें प्रायवेट मेंबर्स एक रेजोल्युशन हाडलें. You could see, I was shocked to see several people not supporting me. This was the bigger shock. You see several NGOs today fighting for the state of Goa. You called them, you have people like terrorist activities happening in the state of Goa. But you cast your aspiration on NGO. Today NGO is, ami going, amge sambala in various fields. They are doing a marvelous job. But tingai prayatna zalo, they realized it. that तेंचे सारके पडपा हा मोती विकेट पडपा दे सपोर्टेड इट.
म्हाका मुद्दम एक गजाल विचारपा युरी बाब, हो जो परफॉर्मन्स जालो हावसा भितर आनी एक गजाल दिस वॉज अ व्हेरी प्रोडक्टीव सेशन. यू मे अग्री विथ सम इश्यूज, यू मे डिसअग्री विथ सम इश्यूज. गव्हर्मेंट मॅनेज टू पास थ्रू सम बिल्स, यू मॅनेज टू गेट थ्रू सम एश्युरन्सीस. सो इट वॉज अ व्हेरी प्रोडक्टीव सेशन. देर वर गुड डिबेट्स ऑन सर्टन मॅटर्स. म्हाका एक गजाल सगळी जाण विचारता ती ही की तुमची तशी काय युनिटी अशी दिसली ना, तुमगे इश्यू बेस्ड युनिटी आशिल्ली हावसा भितर ओपोजिशनाची, भायरूय आतां तशेंच
ना. कितें आहा एक लक्षान आमी सगळ्यांनी घेवपाक जाय. नाव सी एवरीवन हॅज द टॅलंट, एवरीवन हॅज द एबिलिटी. बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस साज्जां पडे आमी हाय कोणाचें म्हाका दिसना कोणागे कितें चिमटू काडून जात जाल्या most of us are newcomers also. चिमटो हुई काढू जायना. We have no baggage. So we are betting on the front foot. आणि जेन्ना
But you don't behave like a team.
ना see,
you are betting on front foot, but you don't behave like a team.
ना see, जेन्ना 2020 मॅच जाता पॉवर प्ले मो आसता आम्ही 20 ओव्हर पॉवर प्ले होते आणि प्रश्न बॉलिंग ते पण गाताय तेंगे बॉलर गाताय बॉलर चोयल्या क्वेश्चन झाली तेंगेली आहली बट एव्हरी बॉल वॉज हिट टू द बाउंड्री or out of the boundary to for a 6 on questions put by them. Will you behave like a team outside the house? No, see, the question, it's a very relevant question. For us, we need to understand one thing, that no single individual can win Goa. Has to be everyone together within the opposition. We need to understand. Alone, Yuri Alemao cannot win Goa. Or the Congress party cannot win Goa.
Who will convince your high commands?
No. See, that the question about convincing is secondary. First, if we are firm that we want to save our lands, we have I also this assembly, several reforms I studied in each department.
Yes.
Because थोडेशे जरी तो ती मंत्री चोयल्यार ते अजून मालगुडी डेजा सिस्टम घेणे आहे पन्नेले. We are into AI, we are into several other things. But you look at their performance. Pathetic. So,
will you behave like a team outside the house? And will you be able to convince your high commands?
See,
high commands plural.
I have full faith that the opposition MLAs have no choice, but all of us are talented. We have to put our talent into one form of an energy to make sure we win Goa. This victory for 2027 will definitely be at a compromise that every political party will have to make sure we don't divide ourselves, to make sure that the 70% is very simple. 70% लोकांक हो सरकार नाका. आज जोरी तो चोयल्या तेंगे 17 सद्या 20% आहा 80% लोकांक 10% तेंगे आहा ते ऍड झाले आमगे ते साठी कोण गेले नाही 80 versus 20 very simple. It is almost.
It will start with ZP, whether you guys can come together.
See, you will see, and only time will tell. But the takeaway from this is, yes, there has to be compromise with every political party needs to understand their strengths, their limitations. Otherwise, गोयंकारांक जाय की आम्ही सगळे opposition आहे ते एकठांय जालेले. I am open to the idea. I have nothing to lose. I believe that Goa should win. There has to be a sacrifice, and these sacrifices have to be done. I am quite confident.
You are completely unhesitant about it.
No, 100%. Otherwise, this is what the BJP wants. The BJP wants us to be a divided house.
Yeah. युरी बाब म्हाका बरा आमी खूब उलोवपाक शकतात पण हांव आज इतल्याचेर थांबता परतय आनीक उलोवया बिकॉज यू आर द लीडर ऑफ ओपोजिशन यू आर गोइंग टू लीड द ओपोजिशन सो आनीक यू भासाभास जायत रावतली बट congratulations and thank you for a very productive session. It was great to see opposition holding the fort. 7 जण जेन्ना 33 च्या अगेन्स्ट और 32 च्या अगेन्स्ट तू 33 म्हणटा हांव स्पिकराक घालना तातूंत भितर हांव 32 म्हणटा हांव 32 म्हणटा हांव टेक्निकलिटीचेर वता सो 32 च्या अगेन्स्ट जेन्ना 7 जण उबो रावन झगडटात तेन्ना वी ऑल लायक अंडरडॉग्स सो एवरीबडी लायक्स दॅट अँड देन यू परफॉर्म द वे यू परफॉर्म आनी आमची रेटिंगा भितर सुद्दां यू आर नंबर 1. So again, congratulations and thank you. आज इतल्याचेर थांबता. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Pramod.